Is it great to be alive on a Tuesday night in Scotland or not? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And there was one club, there was one team that did Scotland proud tonight, and there was another player that did Scotland absolutely dirty. And I'm looking at you, Gary Anderson. Cost me a lot of bloody money. But let's talk about a team that actually made me some money tonight, despite putting in a Gary Anderson-esque performance. And that's Rangers. They might have won 2-0, might not deserve to win 2-0, but here, they got over the line. Russell Martin football, pretty dire if you ask me, but it's all about the win, it's all about the 2-0 aggregate, it's all about the coefficient.
The biggest show in town, it was a tale of two halves. I tell you what, after the first half, man, I was fuming. I wasn't happy, it was shite. There's no other way of masking it, it was brutal. The inverted fullbacks wasn't really working. Suter and Raskin, Doyle, the Tabs, the Aarons of this world, absolutely ranked rotten. But all that matters is the win at the end.
John Suter was like one step forward, two steps back. He'd put Rangers in a shite position and then make a sliding last-ditch challenge to save them, just to put them in another shite position like a couple of minutes later. It's almost like he wanted to put Rangers in trouble just so he could show Martin, look how good I am at defending here. My last-ditch tackle.
Yeah, and Neil McCann on commentary, man, was pretending that Suter had a great game. He was fucking pish, let's just be honest about it.
Well, no, I think he was getting Rangers out of trouble a lot of times, but he was the one putting them in trouble.
Yeah, so...
Even that one where, in the first half, he clears it straight to the Panathinaikos player at the edge of the box, and then rushes him down and charges in to make the block. And, yeah, they're giving him credit, but at the same time, it's an awful clearance that put Rangers in trouble in the first place.
It's weird, though, because I was fuming, then I was ecstatic, and then by the end, I'm not fuming, but...
I'm fuming because Gary Anderson's an absolute wanker.
Aye, well, fuck Gary Anderson, right? Who's he support, Rangers?
Aye.
Well, he'd be a happy man then, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe he was throwing his darts and he was looking at...
It'd be like John Higgins when he used to chuck the games early so we could go and watch Celtic play. He used to chuck the games early as well to make a bit of money, but here, it's a different story for a different day.
A bit of match fixing.
Don't want John Higgins suing us here.
Right.
Might take half of the West Wing. That'd be about 10 rooms we'd have to give him.
That's no good, man. Yeah, you can play in the games room.
I don't know why I bet Scottish people, man. They're fucking serial losers. Like, that's me sticking money on them all the time.
Well, you bet Rangers and they won. Let's get into it. So, the game begins. I've took a lot of notes for this, but we'll get through it. Raskin, only good thing for me he did in the first half. Drives forward, has a shot. You're thinking, that's the Raskin of last season. That's the guy that I trust. And then what happened is... What happened was Suter either ran forward and gave the ball away, or Suter would pass the ball to Raskin and he would give the ball away. I've never seen so many misplaced passes from Rangers in this first half.
Well, here's my note, one word, 5 letters, shite.
What's that about?
This game.
It was alright, wasn't it?
It was bogging.
I had a bit of drama.
I know, I mean, come on, Rangers could have been a couple down going into half time.
You know, they could have been. Raskin gets booked, very cheap yellow, his own.
Start 11's bogging as well. Let's just point that out there.
Yeah, but you know what? Finlay Curtis, I'm not exactly ecstatic about, but he was man of the match quite easily. So I've no real issue with him. The issue, but then it's the fact that you see him and Doyle on the wings, and Finlay Curtis was good, but Kieran Doyle, man, I think he had 3-4 touches in that first half.
Well, I mean, they've been saying for years, Rangers haven't had a proper answer on the right side for like 7 years since Candeas. Maybe Kieran Doyle's the answer.
He could be.
Maybe he's the new Gareth Bale or something on the right.
Tell you what though.
Undoubtable, but who knows.
Panathinaikos got a corner, whipped in, produced a wonder save for like Jack Butland amongst all the drama, and then, I don't know who it was for Panathinaikos, but he just fucking rattles it, man. Right against the bar, the post, and it goes out, and you're thinking, oh God, that could be 1-2-0, whatever. Suter, just a bomb scare.
Crazy game for Suter, and on that note, I just want to say rest in peace to the legend Ozzy Osbourne.
Riding off the rails on this crazy train.
I mean, it looked like Rangers went off the rails in the first half.
We were, but like every good train, we stayed on the rails, didn't we? Very much so.
They might have been delayed, but they got to the destination, eventually. Destination was 3 points in the win.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. Aarons gave away the ball. That was near a goal. I then wrote in capitals in my notepad, we are shite.
I bet you were wishing a conductor jumped on this train and kicked Suter off it.
Are we allowed to say the fat controller?
Don't know. Matty Miles will be I don't know. Matty Miles wouldn't be too happy about it. Like
the fat controller.
Probably accuse me of
fat phobia.
That's what it's called. There's so many insert word in front of phobias these days, or isms. Sometimes I lose track of how many there is.
Well, Russell Martin, he's the vegan controller. He managed to move a few things about. Finlay Curtis saved Max Aarons' blushes here. Runs back, great tackle, can't fault that. Suter, I then wrote his wank. We then had a corner again, shambolic yet again. Diving bastard. So this is actually a key point in the game. This guy dives, Suter doesn't touch him. He picks up a yellow. This would be the same prick that got sent off later on in the game. And you know what? See diving, I think it should be straight reds. I know he doesn't get a straight red here, but it disgusts me.
Well, that would either put a stop to the diving, or it would make them get better at it, wouldn't it? If you got straight reds for it.
Well, here.
One of the two. You'd either stop doing it, or you would improve your diving abilities.
No, absolutely. I think the second yellow's a bit harsh to a degree, but it's his own fucking fault because he shouldn't have done this. Diving's cheating.
I thought it was harsh, but yeah, you're right. I mean, he dives, so fuck him. Shouldn't be on the pitch.
He shouldn't be. Suter gets booked.
Cheers don't win unless their name's John Higgins.
Diamonde has... Right, that's plenty. Diamonde then has a shot saved.
Hold on, trying to branch out here. All these other channels can have about 10 million different, subcategories.
You want to do snooker?
Well, I think that's more respectable than wrestling.
Aye, fuck that shite.
Rabble wrestling. Aye, you're alright.
What about
Fog snooker?
Fog football snooker, mate? Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Does it now?
Daniil has a shot blocked off the line. I've written a ref's a wanker because, you know what, he didn't book the guy for doing exactly what Raskin did for Panathinaikos. And that took us to half time. At this point, you're thinking, right, this is really rock bottom. But it's 0-0, and that's the key thing. Rangers have been absolute shite, and it's still 0-0. I thought this would be an easy win.
Well, I mean, we both predicted 3-1. I mean, technically, we got the
deficit.
We got the goal range correct.
We go into the second half. Raskin has a chipped. Suter then gives it away again. I'm thinking, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's funny because the second half is when things got better for Rangers, but in the Gary Anderson match, the second half is when things fucking went downhill.
Gary Anderson.
Went into the break 6-4 up, and I'm thinking, my bet's up here. Come out the break.
Jumper right.
9-4 down. You're like, what?
Jumper right.
How's the pain? All right. I was in it.
Pain.
I was feeling it.
Butland then saves a great chance for Panathinaikos for a free kick. Guy brings it down. Butland saves it.
Was there any boos at half time?
Not that I heard. No, I had the TV up pretty loud. I would have heard them. If they were 1-0 down, I think you would have been booed at the stadium. To be honest.
Tell you what, there were what was that chance that Panathinaikos had, where the guy hit the post for literally a tap-in? How did they not score?
We've covered that about 10 minutes.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's...
It's Gary Everton. Gary Anderson's living rent-free in your head. You just can't get him at your head. See that dartboard up there in the West Wing that you can hardly spot there? He's up there.
I'm going to have to DM him on Twitter, man, see if he's going to give me my money back. I remember I'd done that to a darts player and he blocked me once. I can't remember who it was, though.
How many people actually do that, though? Here, you cost me a bet. Any chance you can give me it?
I think it was Kevin Painter.
What was his nickname? The Hitman?
The artist. He didn't fucking draw a good picture for me that night.
No, fucking he was drawing blanks. Anyway, moving on.
Using a white crayon on a white canvas, for God's sake.
That's plenty, right? 1-0.
Gary Anderson was chewing on the crayons tonight.
He was. Anyway. Finlay Curtis, though, he probably used crayons not that long ago, but he's 18, he's here, bang! What a goal, what a guy, into the bottom right-hand corner.
Hate to break it to you, but on the replay it does take a deflection, like.
Who cares?
I'm just saying, you're saying what a goal.
Like, what a good goal, though. Great counter-attack. Come on, how good can a goal be when there's a deflection involved? That's one of my pet peeves in football. See when there's a deflection that takes a ball away from the keeper and puts it in the corner, I think you really need to question how good a strike it actually is. Well, it was still good, alright?
No, but look at all the greatest goals, and I mean, they're strikes that go straight in.
Well, I didn't say this was the greatest, though.
I don't know.
It was alright for the night.
It was a good break. I think Butland did well to recover
not fucking about with it.
Because he almost did a Scottish Cup final here, hand you a wee tapping, but I mean, I guess he decided the Panathinaikos players aren't as shite as Armadillo, so he doesn't need to give them a tapping. And then he quickly gets up, launches on the ball, rolls it out. Raskin picks it up, pass forward to Finlay Curtis, cuts inside like a true left winger would. You haven't seen players cut inside for Rangers for donks. Like, I mean, they just aren't really used to this. Maybe the Ryan Kent era, I don't know. And then Finlay Curtis hits a shot, but it was a good strike, like, but it does take a slight deflection. Who knows? Was it going in anyway? Might have.
Who cares? It's 1-0. It's party time. They almost scored. The Jigger gives it away, and then what happens is counter attack. with Finlay Curtis, draws the guy earlier, the diving bastard, into a foul. He gets sent off. Correct decision, as we pointed out, because, yeah, is it a bit harsh? But you know what? It's his own fault. He cheated earlier.
You know what? You bring up deflections and it don't matter. I actually totally agree. See if Gary Anderson starts deflected off the barrel, went into the double and he won the match. I wouldn't give a shit either. Like so.
We still on that horse? Right, anyway, they go down to 10.
I'll be on that horse till I win my next bet. Just pointing that out there.
They go down to 10, right? And I think with about 30 odd minutes to go, should Rangers not win more than 2-0?
This is the last time I will mention Gary Anderson, right?
Jesus Christ.
But I actually might include him in the player ratings tonight just so I can give him a big fat 0.
That's alright.
And anyway, right, moving on. Yeah, no, I agree. Rangers, man advantage, in control, at home, a goal up. Panathinaikos, life sucked out them. Probably deserved to be in front. They're not. They're behind, then they lose a man. And you're thinking it's really a chance for Rangers to capitalise. They do get a second goal, but 2-0's not a scoreline where the game's over. 2-0, they always say 2-0's like the worst scoreline in football. Don't they? They always say it's the most like tide-turning scoreline because the next goal literally is...
Rangers can't afford to play how they did in the first half and the second leg and get away with it.
The next goal changes everything. If Rangers get it in Greece, and I do believe the tie's over. But at the same time, if Panathinaikos get it, then it's game on.
Yep, Doyle had a header. Raskin had a bunch of shots there. Goalie looked like he snapped his wrist. They sprayed a bit of DP on it. He was magically fixed. Triple sub for Rangers.
I know someone else had a snapped wrist tonight.
Gary Anderson, right? Igamane, Dessers, and the bogus gas man came on. And what did he do? He bent it top bends. 2-0. Gazima, what a player. No deflection on this one.
Is that his nickname, the bogus gas man?
Well, it's not, I think. Everyone in my chat was saying that, so I'll go with it. But I tell you what, this guy made his debut alongside Messi and Mbappe.
Can you open the door, please? Well, he opened the back of the net, didn't he?
For I am a shite winger with no passing ability and no shooting ability. He's alright though, he's pretty good.
Let me in. No!
Well, they let him in, and it's 2-0. And then after this, Dessers misses Tav's cross.
Can you put the dart in the double, please?
Gazma was great. He whips a few crosses in.
Almost says it like Gary, doesn't it? Gary?
A wee bit.
Gazma?
Igamane misses a header. Rangers huff and they puff. It's only 2-0. And like I said at the start, it goes from rock bottom to ecstasy to then, not rock bottom, but 2-0. It's not...
I'm wondering at what minute did Russell Martin in our thumbnail drink that bottle of water? Because see if he did it in the first half, it probably tasted like bleach.
But if he did it about the 70th minute,
vodka or something,
aye, the greatest.
He's done the Russian stuff, the hard stuff, the gear.
The gear. Anyway, gear up for this. That is the closing thoughts. We'll be back with player ratings later. Closing thoughts. So
where would you get it? All this great banter. You wouldn't get it on all these other channels, would you? Definitely not.
Good result though, or is it a bit? Is it a bit of both?
You know what? I think if Rangers, I think at the start of the night, 100%, I'd say this is a good result. And at half time, I'd say this is a great result. But factoring in 1-0 up, Panathinaikos going down to 10 men, that puts a bit of a downer on it. But overall, I don't think there's many people that would not have taken this at the start of the night. I believe Russell Martin certainly would have taken it. And I think most Rangers fans would have taken it.
No, I'll agree with that, but it's still fair.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, you had a lot of Rangers fans thinking that they were going to lose tonight.
Well,
so therefore, I'm sure they'd have been delighted with 2-0.
Absolutely, but yeah, great, phenomenal, fantastic. But we'll leave it there. We'll be back player ratings very soon.
Alright, player ratings, also manager ratings included there, and anyone else who's on my shit list tonight might get chucked in for the band. So Rangers get the job done. The first Scottish team up in European action, and they get the win. They get some coefficient points on the board.
Are we going to make it a hat trick this week?
I hope so. Hibs and Dundee United now need to carry the torch into action. And the player ratings coming soon, and who knows, might even do a wee bit of a Premier Sports Cup talk in there as well, unless you want to say anything about it in here right now, because I believe you condemned Stephen Presley to a 3-1 defeat tonight, and I said he'd win 3-0.
No, what I said was they would draw 0-0, and they would get beat on penalties.
Well, I believe I predicted 3-1 Dundee, and I was right.
Well done to you, sir.
Elvis saving his job.
What I would say is about this...
We lost one legend tonight in Ozzy Osbourne. We could have lost a second if Dundee got beat, but Elvis, he's kept it going.
Thank you very much.
He's still in the building. He's still in the building for now, but for how much longer? I don't know. Anyway, guys, Dundee, Dens Park, I'd knock that building down. It's a shithole. But that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Player ratings coming later tonight. Russell Martin, enjoy that water. And aye, Rangers need a couple more signings, you think, for the start of the season?
I'd agree. So, but you know what? Once they made the subs, they looked like a different animal, didn't they?
What did you think of Danilo?
I know, didn't
The
they?
foot spoiling too much. Very disappointing in my eyes. Although I wasn't expecting him to
Wasn't
be
the
great.
worst player on the pitch, but he was one of them.
Yeah.
So, all in the ratings, player ratings, guys.
Aye, player rating, so be there, or I guess don't be there. Let's, guys, be there, and well, I know, we'll bash a few players, maybe bash a few other YouTubers as well, bash a few people out there that have been throwing some digs lately.
Hell yeah.
Throwing some shots. Well, we'll fire some shots back. Slingshot, motherfucker. You know, we've got some big rocks, and we can fire them in whatever direction we want to. Anyway, guys, you know what? It's tuning out for the mansion here from the West Wing. We might be back later in the East Wing, but it will take us about 45 minutes to commute over there. So you know what? Just be patient.
We've got one of those wee zip line things.
100 miles an hour, it's like a bullet train.
Still takes 45 minutes, though. How's that work?
Ah, yeah! Scottish football's back. Champions League, man. Great. Come on, Hibs, Dundee United. Come on! Do it for Wallace, for fuck's sake. Or even do it for that other guy.
Who?
I don't know, the guy that betrayed. I like, not Macbeth. The other dude, man.
I wasn't even fucking listening to what you said.
I don't know, the king, the guy.
What are we even on about? I wasn't listening, I was looking at
Braveheart, mate.
Robert the Bruce.
Aye, that's the one. His name just completely lost my mind there. Anyway, we'll see you later.
You were just talking shite there, so I sunned it.
I know, I'm trying to drag it to the 17-minute mark.
Why 17?
I like the round numbers.
Is that a wee throwback to John Cena? They never seen 17.
Aye, well, you're going to see it here, guys, on Fog Football. 17 minutes, like and subscribe. Catch you later. Till next time, though, peace.